About to bush hog my fence line on my little John Deere 1023E, but before I did, I thought I'd go over a few things on the bush hog, how it works. I think pretty simple and straightforward, and it is for the most part, but I had a headache the first time that I tried to bush hog with my little tractor. I didn't read the owner's manual, didn't look up no videos, because, it sounds simple enough. It's a tractor, you're going to bush hog, you hook up your shaft to your PTO, and away you go. But it wasn't that way for me on the first time. So the first thing I want to bring you to is the mower deck height. So what you want to do is you want to have everything picked up as high as it'll go with the mower deck after you've disconnected, and you want to set this to the very top level. And the reason being, if you don't, as you lower your bush hog to adjust with your field, you'll also be picking up and down the mower deck stuff, the brackets and the PTO and things like that, and you really don't want to be doing that, because depending on your field, how high your grass is or how many ruts you got, you could be digging down into the mud. And which brings me to the second thing, because I pulled out my PTO for the mower deck the first time I bush hogged, and I'll go over that. I jumped on the mower, or I jumped on the tractor after I had everything hooked up, and so I'm assuming that the PTO's in the back. I'll move the lever to the back, and I'll mow. So I hit the PTO switch. I could hear stuff turning, but it was not my bush hog. So I'm ready to bush hog. I thought, well, I'll just move this forward, and I moved it to the middle position. Well, now I hear my blades turning. Well, I didn't realize, never looked over here, but I actually had my mower deck stuff turning with my PTO. It was turning the drive shaft that turns the mower deck. And so I got out into some really high weeds and some mud and stuff, and the weeds were so thick and so high at that time, with that PTO spinning, it got thick. It got like a rope, and it actually pulled the drive shaft out from underneath the mower for the mower deck. And so I had to spend a little time doing that, repairing that, figuring out how that worked a lot earlier than I wanted to, because my tractor at the time probably had 10 hours on it, if that. But long story short, like I say, it seems simple and straightforward, and for anybody else it may be, but I usually learn the hard way right off the bat. So everything's a little backward here. So when you want to mow or use the bush hog, you push the PTO all the way forward is what you do, because it shows right here that that's the rear, but it just seemed natural to me to pull to the back. But as you see, the back, if you move all the way to the back, it's actually the PTO that's underneath the tractor. And so, just to sum it up, when you get your stuff hooked up, be sure that your mower deck stuff cannot go no lower than the top position. You don't want it going up and down. And be sure that even right here, it feels like it's right to me to have that PTO going. Be sure that you have this moved all the way forward. You don't want it in the middle. You don't want both of them going. You want it all the way forward for just the one in the back.